We got a little friend with us.
Did it before.
He's gonna be loud.
It's not loud. It's not a.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
But that's. I don't see what, he's a RC car and monster truck, like hard for hard. He told me the other day, he's like, him and his dad have like legit like monster trucks and they race some stuff. But like the other day, he's like, you know what a drifter is when the truck like drifts in the clouds.
Thank you.
So I mean, this is the hearing for them to hear.
They like, I mean,
Oh, so they present.
They said then.
Yeah, the first pictures of the yellow.
Because I don't.
Then I would have changed.
Okay, and then.
This year, I'm sure to be. Sent
They both
and be
live in
terms
there,
with
they
those
probably
in the village.
They should have the next guy.
Taking them.
So
doing
maybe
their
they'll
job. Building playground in the park.
Yeah, I'll bring it. This year's, this is 10 years. 10 years since we put this in this. 10% a year, that's 100%.
Without representation, nobody got the right to protect you without providing us the information.
Right.
They can't just like.
Well, and
I have to
then,
have the public.
and then somebody had said, well, you know, I did I'll use that money. So you think they can?
No, they can't.
Right.
They don't cannot. No.
They-
Yes.
you know.
I'll be here always.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't notice that.
So I'll go ahead and call it meeting to order.
To
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tracy, all members are present. First order is the approval of tonight's agenda.
No, go ahead. I'll make a motion to approve tonight's agenda. I'll support.
We have a motion for to approve the agenda as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The minutes for our regular April 10th are in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the regular council meeting dated April 10th, 2023. I'll say.
We have motion and support to approve the regular meeting minutes dated April 10th, 2023. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The treasurer's report is in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report dated Monday, May 8th, 2023, as of April 30th, 2023.
Second. We have a motion and support to approve the treasurer's report as of April 30th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Moore,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes,
Haverly,
Yes.
Walworth.
Yes. Payments and bills are also in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills and transfers dated May 2nd, 2023.
Can I ask a quick question? Real quick?
Sure.
Sorry. The minor roads transfer, is that for an upcoming project or just a timely thing that we do? Quarterly or anything?
Minor roads, old general fund. Sometimes we have to take general funds out of general fund to pay a bill. And then that was owed to us back. So that's what that is, those transfers are.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I'll support then.
Your motion and support to approve the bills and transfers from 4/1 through 4/30/2023. Roll call.
Bunce,
Yes.
Haverly,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes,
Walworth.
Yes. And to public comment, each time we have public comment, if you have on agenda items only. If you could state your name and address and try to keep it within around 3 minutes.
Jenny,
Oh. It's not on the agenda.
I know it's not on the agenda.
No. That's all right. I was gonna wait for.
Oh, it is?
Huh?
Is that what the gear is?
No, we're not here.
Okay, I know.
No, I know. Okay.
You know what, we'll let you do it so you don't have to stick around.
Okay.
That'd be like furniture to make you stick around till the end, but.
like the way she sounds when she talks.
Well, first of all, she contacted me and asked if, Friday, I think it was, to be put on the agenda, and I said it was too late. And she asked if she could, and I said, yes, council can decide whether to add you or not. So that's why she's here.
Okay. I'm a little bit, and on the first weekend in August. So we just here to ask permission to put that on the agenda and all that kind of stuff. And also too, we'd like to do a couple of things in the park during June. The 10th of June, put a free movie on in the park and all that kind of stuff. So we're just sort of here throwing all that at you to see whether or not that's an okay kind of thing to do.
How are you planning on doing the movie?
We rent the screens and the thing, and just, where the slope is
Mhm.
there. We just put it up there and then people just sit on the.
Looks like a time out thing.
Sit there and-
With collaboration with the chamber, platform, things like that.
Only you can keep them as scales away.
Have you guys done it at the park before?
Yeah, they
Some
have.
years ago we
Years
did.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, we just haven't done it in a little bit, so we just thought it was time to do something one weekend.
Jenny, you have to provide me with those dates because people have been reserving the pavilion.
yeah.
I'm not sure if these dates are open, but
Can I talk to you?
tomorrow, yes,
Yeah.
please.
And that date is not set
Okay.
in stone. We haven't, yeah, and we just,
Sure,
a day
just,
to throw out. And give you a plan.
I understand, but a lot of people, they don't give me a time.
And then, because park hours are from dusk to dawn, we would have to allow special permission, I would assume, to be in the park after
Oh.
dusk.
Mhm.
See, isn't it always a good idea to come and ask permission?
So if this is in June, that we need to act on this We need to.
Starts in June.
I'm not sure if that date is available.
Okay, well,
But we have.
okay, let's do this. I will make a motion. We've done it.
You can make a motion to add it to the agenda, then go ahead and.
I'll make a motion to add the movie in the park to the agenda. Look at that. All types of it. Okay.
Motion and support, it's amend the agenda to add the movie in the park. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda, we haven't put it as, the first,
Well, that's probably would have to give a.
Yeah.
Ask us to go to the.
yeah, we'll do it. I'll do it when you're set. We'll do the first item.
Okay.
So I have to ask you to, since you're on the agenda now,
Yeah,
we'll come back to it in just a few minutes.
All right.
Then allow A to become A1,
Yes.
and then everything else stays the same,
Yeah.
please.
Administrative?
Oh, got me all confused. Oh,
I know.
I want to thank, Republic Services every year provides a big dumpster for the cemetery and the village and township cleanup at no cost. And I just wanted to put a shout out to thank them for doing that every year. They drop it off and they pick it up. So it's very nice. The annual Genesee County Tire Recycling Event in partnership with the City of Flint Environmental Rubber Recycling would be held on Saturday, May 13th, 2023 from 9 to 1. I have flyers back there about it. It's also going to be on our website. So you can get rid of your tires there. The 18th running of the Kayla O'Mara Memorial Race will take place in Goodrich on Saturday, August the 5th, 2023. I provided our DPW with a copy of the route for their information. And that's usually in collaboration with Good Times. The first graders, this is so cute. Did you see those? The first graders at Reed Elementary School for Wide Day of Difference. That brings recognition to the community and the surrounding areas. This year, a few of them chose to make and send handmade cards and with notes and drawings to the village DPW, thanking them for doing their jobs and for building the playground in the park. And I provided copies of it, and they were very happy to get them, and they've got them on display down there, and it really made their day. It was a very sweet thing. I wanted to share that with you guys. And that's it for me. Oh, yeah, Matt's not here, so Mr. Street Administrator, if you want to go ahead and read his report, please. It's right past mine.
All right, so I guess I've gotten 2 benches downtown finished,
We're down.
or they're down to 2 benches left. Out of both.
They turned out real nice.
Yeah, they've turned out great. You guys are doing a great job. Then I guess they planted some bushes in the back there next to the building. They had the lean-to or the canopy.
Mhm.
Matt's cleaned all that up
Makes sense.
for storage, just put equipment. Street sign replacement, replacing faded stop signs, street signs. And added a wall outside storage area north. He did put up them Jersey barriers to contain the equipment.
Mhm.
He started to mow and trim for the season. Chloride will be done next week, depending on weather.
It's scheduled for Friday, from what I understand.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay, I had talked about it. Yeah. Chloride, catch basin repair will take place soon, as the weather allows. I don't know exactly which catch basin he's talking about.
Well, what I'm asking them to do is they would start with the one in Hawthorne. There's a couple in Hawthorne.
Yep.
If we can get those fixed, those won't necessarily, those won't be an additional expense when they do Hawthorne.
Oh, okay,
It'll be done. That part will be
Okay.
done. So all that we can get fixed needs to be fixed. And he said there's about 6 of them altogether right now in the village located.
Crack ceiling is set for the summer. We have to confirm dates on the rental. Possible portable radar sign for Ridge Road, move permanent radar sign to West Eagle Road. And all sod repairs have been done for winter plowing. We also have a trip hazard that we're dealing with consumers on next to the library. It's been coned off. The sidewalks caving in. The pole needs to be replaced. The wires are hanging off of it from consumers. We've gotten with consumers. They know about it. It's not in their budget
Until next year.
until next year. They said they had too much snow.
Oh, well.
So we can't replace it because the box, the consumer's box
Yeah.
is flush mounted in the center of this pad,
Oh,
and it's the junction box for the pole.
right.
They want to replace the pole and all. We're not gonna replace the sidewalk and then have to replace it again.
Again, yeah.
So we tried, we painted lines in the crack. So nobody trips, and we've got barrels and cones. I'd like to see maybe Matt section it off a little better, but right now we got cones and plastic barricade.
I'll try my best to.
Yeah, don't trip going to the light.
No, I'm gonna try to put above it, so maybe and see. Because if it's in our town, we try to.
Well,
Oh, she's got cracks.
oh, you got connected on it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can talk to the lady. The lady that lives over in Grand Blanc that I guess coordinates all that is basically, yeah, there's no budget for that. We've spent our money.
I'll just see if I do
And
it.
then, Melissa, has Matt got with you about the lettering of the t-shirts? And I think he told me he's got the shirts. Or he.
No, we've got a quote for the shirts, and I also got a quote from the company that gave us the shirt for
Okay.
the lettering, and then we'll see what Melissa's able to do, but I
Right,
thought
he
we'd
said
get a
he- I
couple.
thought Matt told me the other day, he got the shirt.
I
or
don't
did
think
he
so,
order
no, no. Jenny is the one who he's ordered them from.
Can I just continue?
Sure.
Work, just like that we was going.
Okay.
Like with a cost, and then, I'm not sure who was supposed to be lettering them or whatever, so then she just asked me for a quote to do that. To do the loan, and that's kind of what it's up to. It's up to.
I know I've talked to him about it.
Yeah, yeah, so.
We're gonna hold off on the coats because it's. Other than that, I mean. I think that's it.
Try relax.
Moving on, we do not have a code enforcement for this. Building department activity report is in your packet. Looks like we're starting to roll, but it's. Yes. Fire department activity report is in your packet. Review that at your leisure. Sherry provided us with the sheriff department activity report.
Gary, I know that I reached out via phone. I left a message. I know I reached out to you that day and he was receptive. But just because this was brought up as such a big deal on Eagle, especially with the kids getting on the bus there, and to see how many people every day are going over 15 miles over the speed limit, and that there's only that many traffic stops, like if there's any way we can put a buck just for them to be a little more present.
Well,
only have one cup.
Melissa. Last weekend, he was sitting facing west on the eastbound lane. Down in that eastbound lane.
In the sub and not in the weekends, during the weekdays from school.
He was sitting on Eagle Road the other day and I left. A car come up over the hill. I said, oh, he's moving. Sure enough, he pulled him over before he got to the village limit. And he was there for quite a while.
And I see
They're
that-
present.
Yes, it's a lot of going over 15 miles an hour with the speed limit. It's a lot.
I'll make note.
Thanks, if possible.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business. First item is about the food truck vendor event permit application. which was set at this $25 non-refundable fee per event. So Melissa, I see that you put together a very nice form.
This is the form that you guys approved the form last year, but it was the fee that was up for discussion and at a meeting prior to you taking over. They did agree for the $25, and it should say per truck, not per event, per truck.
Right.
Right, and that's what it says here is per truck permit fee.
And this
That,
still has to go by our attorney.
It should be per event. also.
no, they said per truck.
Yeah, per
I
truck.
don't- Well, I'll have to
Per
look.
truck, per
I don't know.
event.
I'd have to look.
Yeah, it was per truck.
It was per truck, because I had,
Even or for?
no, per
Per
each,
event,
per
per
event.
truck, per event.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
okay.
just says, on here, it says, set the non-refundable fee per event, and it's per truck. Because we had discussed when the permit came out, we had discussed saying like 50 and half of it gets back if it's clean, and then everybody
Right.
agreed that here's such just not refundable because it's still the DPW's time to go there. Even if it is clean, they still have to go tidy up and everything after, and that's what was agreed upon. And you really can't fit more than, what, 6?
I thought it was 10.
You know.
Yeah. You want, it's not, you can't really fit
Okay,
that.
then 6.
Well, I think make the most. postpone.
Yeah, we need to,
You guys approved this.
It has to be seen by the attorney.
we do have to run it by the attorney just to make sure that
And there's,
it's not gonna prevent us from approving the event. We just need to, this just needs to go past the lawyer.
Yeah, because there's nothing in here that, states like that, so. The hold harmless clause for the village.
This is the exact wording that was in the old one, that was just put at the bottom. It says all licensing certifications, proofs of insurance, including your LOI provided by Genesee County must be submitted. This is everything from the original one. It was just revamped because the discrepancies were, is it a truck? Is it a trailer? Is it a table? Is it a booth? You know, are they closing roads? So we just revamped it last year. It was just the per truck fee that needed to be clarified.
Do we need the lawyer to look at it for hold harmless?
I would add hold harmless on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have everybody else hold harmless.
Yeah.
My insurance will put you in as a rider, that's part of it.
Because it says proof of insurance documents.
All I know is in the previous municipality, someone got sick from a food truck vendor and sued the municipality. So I just would like each one to have a hold harmless.
Because they could.
It's not a,
I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal. It's just
I don't
an extra
either.
paragraph at the end.
Mhm.
To protect.
no, we could attach the form to it. They could just sign it. We have hold harmless.
And
form.
who, if I could ask the question, like vendor information, I wasn't on council when this was discussed, and I don't recall ever seeing this form. But, who handles, like, would it be, like, I know gear is on the agenda for wanting to have, I'm assuming a food truck event.
Yep, so
Is
here,
it their responsibility to maintain this form and turn it in and collect money and make sure that all the insurance and everything, I mean, will we get copies of that
Yes.
back up this form?
Sure.
Well, they have to provide it to me and I have to approve it. I have to write off it. They have to pay
Okay,
up.
I saw that it says, and, you know, but on this application, it's not per truck, there's multiple, you know, truck, trailer, table, booth, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
because they can have up to 10.
Right, but what I'm saying is maybe not all these food
Not-
trucks
not-
talk to one another. Who's responsible for turning in this form?
The event host right there, so it'd be Gear or Good Times or whoever's hosting the event.
So it wouldn't be per truck.
Vendor, like the kettle form, that'd be a charge for a regular vendor.
Yes.
That's what was agreed, that'd be a table, yes.
The
Yeah.
food trailers, it was never, well, I'm gonna charge a lemonade stand, we're taking the whole idea of a festival out of it. When we start doing that, if you wanna charge for a food truck, or maybe a one-day event, have us apply insurance with your whole harmless as a rider, that makes more sense. When we're charging every booth, if one booth charges selling water, or Pop are not, they now food vendor.
Right.
We're getting down the slippery.
Yeah,
Boy Scouts, we're getting down the slippery slope when you start putting tents.
yeah, you're right, because you're not gonna, yes, the health department.
Right, so we're providing a safe serve certificate to vendors that are cooking on site. Those should count towards your $25, not the lemonade stand, not the Lions Club.
I'm like laughing and like frustrated about this because this was such a big ordeal last year. And when everything happened with that night where it got very explosive in here, and everybody gave input and nobody said that. And so I went through and redid this whole thing and nobody brought up that point.
It should be.
I mean, nobody brought that, how you said like a table for water,
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
but I just-
I would- in the audience. We said it for, it was brought up. to be
Well, we can go back and review the
$25
recording.
They were having them check for.
We can go back and review the
It was
recording.
refunded 50%, they had to come back and get checks.
Weren't we just talking about the food truck?
I was to the understanding we were talking
It wasn't-
that
it
just
wasn't
about food trucks.
The food
or
truck
trailers.
event. It wasn't-
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I think it was, and again, I was on Zoom, listening, but I think that this was just the food truck
Yeah.
events. I don't think it was the festivals where
Yeah.
they control all of it. You know,
The
like,
ordinance was
I'm like,
strictly
Jim
for
said,
food
he
trucks.
he gets his own
Okay.
insurance and we're a rider where,
Okay,
so this was just for that Wednesday, a Wednesday monthly thing, or the food truck itself.
you're right, the table and the booth should not be on this, permit, so.
Okay, the table and booth, the table and booth was asked because they just want to know who's selling what. If we can change the bottom and say $25 per truck / trailer and excluding table and booth. The big thing is everybody want to know who's going to be there. Like if they're selling kettle corn, sweet. If the kids are selling brownies, cool. It was just because people say we want to know who's there selling food. She said she wants to know who's providing food. So I totally agree with not charging about water person $25.
I would still like and recommend you have the village attorney review this with the ordinance.
I'm totally good with the no $25 fee. I think, again, and I'm saying this is just borderline humorous that it was brought up so much and now we're doing changes now.
So you start charging every vendor at the festival.
It does make
Uses
sense.
festival.
You do want to know who's food, but that's what the health department's there for. They do come to day of, like our event, I'm sure they walk around you every once. Yeah, so, I mean, there is guidance and people checking on the license of what kind of food is there. So I think you're kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater or something.
Okay, and let's, revise this just a little bit, send it to our attorney, to put a whole list agreement on there. And then
We have a motion on the table. We need a motion to postpone it. We have the attorney.
I'll second that.
we have a motion to support postpone the adoption of the truck vendor event permit application. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed, motion carries. All right. Under new business, consider request to conduct back to school event Wednesday, August 23rd. From 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. located in the Commons Park. Gear petitioner. Do we have someone from Gear? All right.
oh, no.
Hey, you were supposed to do what you want.
We tried turning it off. That's what the. You have the floor.
Oh, okay, so we are going to do a truck event, coinciding with back to school with the elementary schools. So we're gonna have lots of activities going on in the park. It'll be nice for people to be able to get something to eat. And. So. That's what we're asking.
All right.
Okay, I will, make a motion to, approve the request for the back to school event Wednesday, August 23rd, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. located in Commons Park, hosted by Gear.
We have a motion, to support to approve the request, to conduct back to school event Wednesday, August 23rd, from 4 to 8. In the Commons Park. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Now I'm going to move, moving in the park.
Why not?
We want to listen to girls.
Exactly. Much
Your voice is so cool.
But yeah, so moving the park, again, we're gonna have to look at that dust door thing. I didn't realize that the park had opening and closing hours, so. Maybe,
I would think for something like this, I mean, you guys, for the festival, I mean, you have the beer tent that's open after dusk. So I would think that like on an as needed basis, we would be fine.
all right, that's all we need, and then I'll get with, Carrie about a confirmed date. When I talk to her, and it'll be a free event, you know, anybody can, all advertise and anybody can turn up, and then I don't know what we'll be showing yet, depends on what we can, you know, we grab, you've got to get the movies through a company.
Oh, we should do a Facebook poll. We should do a Facebook poll.
That's a good idea.
You can do like 4 options.
Yeah, it was. Something kind of. So we'll do that. We may have another one. Derek, if we do Star Wars, we may do another one, you know. That'll be a discussion. So if that's okay with you.
Can it be on a Saturday? I take it?
Sunday night, yeah. So, yeah.
So do we need to vote on it, giving them
I'm
permission
gonna-
to pass those to them?
Yeah, I am gonna make a motion to allow Good Times and Goodrich to host movies in the park with dates to be determined.
Second.
Oh, sure, quick.
Jeez.
I'm trying to be, because I know somebody else. And then I will also get with Sherry and Denise, and all that, because that's more what we need for that, all that kind of stuff. To be on next month's agenda.
That comes with steak dinner.
They can sure.
You're on you're on.
All right, we have a.
I vote yes.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor.
We have a motion and support, to allow Good Times and Goodrich to have a movie in the park on a Saturday in June to be determined. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Moving on to item B, consider IT rate C3 company recommendation to replace the village servers at a cost of $6,484.
The reason being is Microsoft will no longer be supporting the functionality of our Windows server. That's a 2012 Windows server, so we have to upgrade. This is needed. This is housekeeping, so.
I'll make a motion, to consider IT Right AC3 company recommendation to replace village servers at the cost of $6,484. Second,
And there, I'm just sorry, there's certain that the 16 hours, if it's, would it change less than that, or is it 16 hours to do this job?
It could be multiple people.
Yeah.
I'll support the motion. We have a motion, in support, to replace the village servers at a cost of $6,484. All those in favor, let's do a roll call vote.
Or,
yes.
Lance,
Yes.
McCafferty,
Yes.
Beverly,
Yes.
Walworth,
Yes, motion carries. Item number C, we have a request from Susan Simeon to be appointed to the vacant position of alternate on the zoning board of appeals on term ending 11/25.
I'll make a motion to consider a request from Susan Simeon to be approved to the vacant position of alternate on the zoning board of appeals, term ending 11/1/2025.
I'll support.
The motion and support to appoint Susan Simeon to the vacant position of alternate on the zoning board of appeals, term ending 11/25. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D is scheduling our budget workshop dates. as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the scheduled workshop days that Sherry emailed out a while ago, and they look great.
Motion and support, to
They will be posted.
approve the budget workshop dates as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number E, is to, set a public hearing, to set the general operating millage rate for 2023/2024 on Thursday, June 22nd, at 6 p.m. Now, we still don't have that millage rate
I do not.
yet. Right?
No.
And our own council members required to be there for that, because I know I'm not. For that
If,
day.
well, I need a quorum. But
I'm
yeah.
just wanting to put it out there now in case anybody else can. If the four of you are available, then I will.
Yeah, I think I'll be, aren't we all available that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Then I will make a motion to set the public hearing to set the general operating millage rate for 2023-24 to Thursday, June 22nd at 6 p.m.
Also, the motion and support, to set the public hearing, to set our general operating millage rate for 2023-2024 on Thursday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
The last day, I'll be 48.
Item number F is to set a public hearing to adopt the 2023-2024 operating and general fund fiscal year.
I'll make a motion to consider approval of the Genesee County Committee.
No,
Committee.
we're not on that.
Oh, man.
Public hearing.
I'm trying to get out of here.
You don't have the date on that.
Oh, I would say the-
I'm sorry, what? It's Thursday, June 22nd.
If you look on the paper.
Look on the paper.
Oh,
It's the same as one of them.
Same date. Okay.
It's the same date.
oh.
For legal purposes, I need your action for each one separately.
Yes.
That's why they're separate.
Yes, that's what you said.
Okay.
All right, so we're on, no,
It's the same date. So the date of the make a motion.
okay. The day is right here.
Right here. Thursday, June.
Oh, okay. I'd like to make a motion to set public hearing to set the general
You're doing that. They said that.
sorry, guys. Set public hearing to adopt the 2023-2024 operating and general fund fiscal year budget
For Thursday.
for Thursday, June 22nd, 2023 at 6 p.m.
I'll support.
We have a motion in court to set a public hearing to adopt the 2023-2024 operating and general fund fiscal year budget on Thursday, June 22nd. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number G is consider approval of the Genesee County Community Development Grant Program Cooperative Agreement for fiscal year 2024 to 2026.
I'll make a motion.
Wait, Chair, can you explain?
This
please?
is for the community development funding order. Every municipality has to write a letter of wanting to be part of it. And it's an agreement to be part of it for the 3 years, and for each year for 3 years, you have can apply for funding. That's where we can apply for the funding to that we did to get the money for the Ladies Museum. As Atlas Township did, they got 50, we got 10. We're going to use it to fix the Ladies Museum, the foundation, and everything that's crumbling. If we do not do this, we cannot apply for the funding. So we wouldn't be allowed to do it. So this is just paperwork, but we have to write a letter saying, and the council has to approve it, and that's why we do this.
Can I ask a question then? Do they then follow up to ensure that it was done? Because do we have any dates or any plans for that Ladies Museum work?
Ask me the question. What are you asking me exactly?
Does the-
When is it going to be done?
Well, does the grant, do they follow up to ensure that, I'm sure they follow up to make sure that it was done?
There's a process you have to do. You have to go through. There's certain bidding process and everything that's controlled by the county. And that we have to get bids for this, for the work, and it comes from a certain list of
Okay.
things. They have to be minority owned. and not minority owned. We have to show proof that we've sent these bids out to all of them. They come in, we have to have an opening of those bids. And then we award the bid to the bidder, and then, you know, it's quite a process,
Well, thanks for doing it all.
all handled by them, yes, but me, there.
I'm sorry, I'll make a motion to consider the approval of the Genesee County Community Development Block Grant Program Cooperative Agreement for fiscal years 2024 through 2026.
I'll second.
We have a motion and support to, for the approval of the Genesee County Development Block Grant Program Cooperative Agreement for fiscal years 2024 through 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. At this time, we have public comment on any items. And if you could say your name and your address and keep it to around 3 minutes, we'd appreciate that.
Yes. I just have a question on you guys sending that thing to the attorney. Is that going to prevent any food truck events from happening before you get the attorneys?
No,
It shouldn't, we still have the old.
Okay, that's just.
we still have an ordinance. in place.
Yeah.
Okay, great, that's all.
Just the form is formality more than anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jim Reed, 6504 Beale Road. So I've has a couple suggestions also with the food truck. Can we look at looking at these in January? In our case, we've already sold out. We charged the vendors. And we would eat these now. And that's not a huge deal, but if we could do that, because the summer events do come quick as the weather change, and that would help here in planning too. Also, the park, is there any way that can be graded? It's all potholes again.
Take it right down.
Yeah, and I know.
But we don't grade it when it's wet, it would turn into mush, but yeah, we're gonna put some limestone down.
But we're looking at doing some limestone work, so.
We're also gonna have banners up throughout the village the week of May 22nd. We're gonna put my new banners up. And in the past, probably 6-7 houses I've come, we've come as a group offering funding and things like that. We'd love to sit in maybe on the master plan with the parks and suggestions. Maybe we could add to it. We could put money aside, do a bigger project. Maybe before add to the playland, an amphitheater, Veterans Memorial. Just a little bit.
Well, I'm the park administrator, you're welcome to come and meet with me and we can discuss anything that you guys would like to, and then I would present it to council. I'd be happy to do that. Sure.
But not be critical, but they, fence and the rocks kind of made it a little choppy, and the octagon pits made it a little. I know that moves for us to be selfish with the festival and things like that. It's just a little choppy right now. So,
Well, we were having issues with kids coming down there and zooming around in their vehicles, and the rocks kind of helped stop that. And they were tearing up the grass and everything, so we have to do what we,
That fence was built
to protect,
Stop,
know.
stop it, right?
correct.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, maybe we could sit down and say, hey, we need X amount of dollars to put an amphitheater, you have 3 pits. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the solution is if you had more playground, but make it flow a little bit and have the community throw some ideas. We're willing to fund something that at 3 to 5 years. If we put a chunk of money every year for the festival, plus what we give back to the community.
I think it's more of ideas and even funding, like I brainstorming session.
Absolutely. And we've come there for many years and we were there.
Yeah.
That year, and our predecessors,
Right now, you've been begging to throw money.
I haven't seen any yet, but yeah, they've been.
Well,
better.
they're almost really full.
They always suggest, yeah, good times, they always suggest giving the village money, but that's where it stops. Nobody ever, yeah.
Yeah, but we can sit down and say, hey, I need X amount of dollars. The village would like this for a project. You consider it. It's not, we're not making money, but let's have a plan with that. And
Yeah.
help us spend something.
I have lots of ideas that we could use.
Yeah, me too.
Anyone else?
Always have coffee.
Anyone else? Right, this time I'll close public comment, and move on to, council member comments. Any comments?
I have a comment. It was mentioned on the agenda about the, Kayla O'Mara, race. I just want to comment, I think that it was horrible what happened to this poor girl. But the things that they do in her memory are amazing to me. The schools have a Kayla O'Mara behavioral recognition ceremony. No plug, my daughter Morgan was given that award a couple months ago. But just to keep seeing her name and to keep her memory alive is just outstanding to me. And whoever is the parents, the foundation, whoever is keeping this spark, kudos to them. It's a wonderful thing.
Anyone else? Close, council comment and,
I'll make
to adjourn.
support.
Support to adjourn, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Right.
Number one.